What if Fem Deku was Cozy Glow, Part 6, An Old Friend. We start this off with someone approaching the unconscious body of our main character, Deku, also known as Cozy Glow. It's been quite a while, and you're a mess, as he looks down at, well, her broken wing and broken arm. With a few days' rest, and a bit of, well, magic, that should fix right up. You've gotten yourself in a lot of trouble, Cozy Glow. As always, I have to be the one to clean up your mistakes. But at least you're still alive. As the mysterious person grabs Cozy Glow and takes her away. And we go to, well, Clara, as she's currently sitting down doing paperwork and all that. When is Cozy Glow going to get back? As it's been several hours, and she did get a call that she had landed. She should have been back by now. As then a guard rushes in. Ma'am, what is it? Cozy Glow's convoy got attacked. As she looks over. What? When? We don't know. We just found the wreckage. As her eyes widen. Well, don't stand there. Send a hero. Send the police. Send everyone. Well, we are doing an investigation of the area. Pretty much all the convoy security guards corpses were found. What about Cozy Glow? We believe she may have been kidnapped. Because they didn't find her body or where she was. We'll expand the search, just in case she managed to escape to the woods or something. Yes, ma'am. I knew I should have gone. But why would she tell me stay back and fill in the work for her? Was this what she meant? As then someone walks in. Well, Clara. It's been a while. Actor. Yes, I hear you already heard the news. How do you know about this? Well, I did warn her that this might have happened. You knew this was going to happen? Yes, I told her. I don't know why she persists to have such a convoy, though. Maybe to lessen the casualties? Most likely. What are you saying? I'm saying that she knew very well that this would happen. 'Cause I told her. And then why didn't she decide not to tell me? I could have protected her. I should have sent more guards there on the convoy. It wouldn't have mattered. Even if you had gotten a couple of heroes. I don't think it would have mattered. There were quite big in numbers anyway. Tell me what you know. Fine. Of course, it's gonna charge you. As she just glares at her. I'm just kidding. Well, I had overheard some chit-chatter from the, underground network, you see. I have contacts down there and all that. In fact, I wasn't surprised if she knew this was coming or not. And I may have heard of another, attempt on Cozy Glow's life. So I informed her, and I told her my suspicions of when they would attack. I told her they would either attack when you got back in Japan, or right before you left Japan. Seeming by the way they did things, they wanted her to at least be at the meeting before her assassination. Oh, and all calls to other foreign affairs have been cut, by the way. As she's surprised, what do you mean? It appears someone higher than your position has forbid you from telling any other foreign affairs officers of what happened and this incident. Then there's only one person that can do that. That's right. well, the Hero Safety Commission president, of course. She obviously doesn't want to let the news spread about her, well, granddaughter's presumed death, if she's still alive, in fact. Because guarantee, she got quite far, as you has already told you. Told me what? You don't know about that car that was several miles away? There was another car? Yes. Our main security force, or heavy guards, bodies were found there. I assume she used her quirk and tried to make some distance. I also found some trees along the way that were destroyed. And maybe a body or two of those things called Nomu. Then why haven't we reported this to the heroes and all that? Oh, the report has already come in. People just don't care. Who would do so? You know very well other departments is jealous of, well, Cozy Glow's position. So of course they're gonna cover it up with bribery. They're being bribed by my guess. Still, this information needs to get out. We need to tell other foreign affairs. And we need to find Cozy Glow. Your grandmother will probably send a search party or try to find her. But if she doesn't show up within a few, well, I would say a month, they'll probably presume the worst has already come to pass. Well, we can't just sit here and do nothing. I'll investigate the wreckage myself. I've already investigated everything there, but feel free to investigate some more. For one, how'd you get out of your way? Oh, did you seriously not hear Cozy Glow complaining about how lax their security is? Yeah. In fact, I snuck out without even the teachers or they even tripping the security system. In the dead of night. Because I was honestly planning to meet with Cozy Glow that after, well, morning more or less at a safe location. When she didn't show up, I went to go investigate. Presuming that what I had predicted had come to pass. Although I hadn't found anything important if she's alive or not. But all we can say is hope. Anyway, as someone knocks, actor, hide. We cannot know that you've been, well, speaking with me. Of course, as he simply just blends in with the wall. As she opens it. Clara, head of the security for Cozy Glow? Yes, for the time being, you'll be taking the spot of filling in position for Cozy Glow, and you have a meeting with the Hero Safety Commission president and all the other, well, high officers. Alright, I'll be there in a minute. Just let them know I'll be there in a moment. I shall do so. As she closes the door. As expected, they're already trying to replace her. Can you at least tell me if you know if she's alive or not? I can confirm that there's not enough blood that I found to confirm she has died from her injuries. So she might still be alive, but that's just a guess. Thank you. Oh, one more thing. Don't try asking Descent Heroes to search for her. Why is that? Let me take out an audio. As he pulls out an audio and plays it. So, the audio says, listen, as we can hear like church of voices, if we want you to be on the investigation team, and if you find Cozy Glow, I want you to murder her. As she hears a group of heroes' voices. I know some of those heroes. Yes, and it seems they really want her dead for some reason. Any preference of why? Well, one, how she got in this position is one. Two, your Safety Commission president, people would definitely go after her for being the granddaughter, for wanting revenge. And playing more options. Can I go on? No, I've had enough. Well, anyway, Have your nice rest of your day, as he exits the room. No, that is good. Well, I better head to this meeting before they send a hero down to investigate of why I'm taking so long. Very well. I shall leave you to it. As actor just simply walks out. Why do things have to be so complicated now? As she leaves the room and heads to the meeting room. As she opens the door and sees, well, all the major staff members for the meeting, including Cozy Glow's grandmother, the Hero Safety Committee president, as she takes a seat. As you've heard, that there has been an assassination attempt on my granddaughter's life once again, and we believe it has succeeded. As Clara gets up, we have no clue. We have not found a body. Well, we still have not found a body, but with as many people already trying to assassinate her as it is, they may have tried to get rid of it. It won't be the first time an assassination team of some sort has gotten rid of bodies they've murdered. But we don't know if she's dead, ma'am. That's why we're broadcasting as saying she is still over in America. You're going to lie to the public about this? As people are talking, some agreeing and some disagreeing with this. One, we must keep the reputation of the Hero Safety Committee and the heroes in line. We are in rough times, people. With villains and groups right now roaming amok. We need to worry about settling the matters first. We cannot worry about relations outside getting involved. So we'll just simply say to the public that she is still overseas due to an extensive meeting. What if the others find out? One of the people speaks up. They won't. We've cut contact with all the foreign affairs agencies of every country for the time being, saying we're having some communication issues. You know some of them are not going to buy that. Listen, I know you are the head security guard for her. But you have to understand, we are doing the best for our society here. The best! In fact, let me play this. As she pulls out that audio that actor had handed her. Someone in this room had hired heroes to find out if she's alive and murder her. As some of the people in the room are shocked, as she knows someone's face. I'll have to keep an eye on you, she thinks in her mind. Yes, I'm now aware of this, but we still don't know if she is already dead or is in the clutches of anyone. So what are you suggesting? I suggest you tell the public the truth. That Cozy Glow's gone missing, and you inform the other foreign affairs. That will not be happening. And if you don't go back in line, I will kick you out of the Hero Safety Committee. You do so, this whole department and several other departments will crumble down. Is that a threat? No, it's a promise. As she gets up and leaves. As Hawks is standing right beside Hero Safety Committee president, she's in a bad mood. She is the head security guard for my granddaughter. So, of her going missing, she's going to be in a bit of a, anger moment. Why are you so calm? I've prepared myself in case something like this were to happen, especially after what happened to my daughter and her family. So you had presumed this was going to happen? Most likely, yes. Well, there's nothing you could do about it now. Unfortunately, there is not. Anyway, meeting adjourned. As everyone gets up and leaves. As we go to, female Deku, Cozy Glow just laying down. As she starts to regain consciousness, as she opens her eyes. looks around and sees that her arm and body's pretty much all covered in bandages. What happened? Oh, wow, it seems you're awake. As she thinks, that voice. No. As she leans up and winces in pain. Easy now, your body has not recovered. It's been a while. As she's sweating from the pain of moving. Tyrek? Yes, it's been a while, Cozy Glow. Where have you been for all these years? You know, hiding. Yeah, hiding, but you could have at least stayed in contact with me. Instead of just vanishing out of the blue. Yes, after all, I did help you when you were on the streets. Even taught you magic. In fact, why are you still holding that pathetic form of yours? Stop mopping with that disguise. You know very well that's not the true form of your quirk when you unlocked it with training with me. As she sighs, I cannot take that form while I'm in this injured state. I'm aware, that's why you should just rest. Let your old friend, Tyrek, take care of you. Says the person that doesn't care about anything but power. Yes. You could say this is a favor I'm filling in for you, if that's how you want to think of it. As she lays back down, how long until I'm able to, well, move again, for the most part? Well, for the most part, as you've already learned yourself with moving around in your bed, that you'll be in immense pain when moving for at least a couple of days. I recommend maybe 3 days with me using my power to heal you with magic before you are clear for walking again. Unless you take that true form of yours, for your quirk, of course, that manifested. The true form of your quirk, more or less. Listen. I just want to leave the country. Not going back for anyone, are you? It's no longer safe for me here, Tyrek. That is evident, due to the amount of assassination attempts I've heard on your life. Where have you been for these years? You know, simply hiding away. Keeping an eye on you while slowly but surely gaining my strength back. I assume you've been feeding off people's quirks? As Tyrek smiles, why of course. After all, that's one way to replenish my energy and strength. But of course it does weaken them, and I have to keep them silent and all that, blah blah blah. You know how it is for being, well, that, what would you say, nice demeanor to everyone. I still understand why you helped me. One, just saying, for old time's sake, is what I'm doing this for. And maybe I need your help with a certain something. I knew there was a catch. As always. Now, you know very well that All for One is planning something big and doesn't want you or me involved. He's made that evident enough. Yes, and shortly his plans will come to fruition. And because of what you said at that meeting, I assumed All for One called in that favor. Yes. Then they shall not get any aid, pretty much, unless it's, well, stars and stripes, you think. Of course. They cannot keep information out from the entirety of Japan, and if All Might calls in stars and stripes, she'll gladly come in a heartbeat to help, as All Might's like a mentor to her. Yes, but you know, I have my own agenda, and I would definitely love to feed on that quark of All for One. But, unfortunately, I'm in too of a weak state. That's obvious. But I'm curious, why didn't you just try to feed off my quark while I was unconscious? Truth be told, it's because I need your assistance, and if I had done so, you would have mostly died. Really now? Yes, for instance, if I started draining your quark's power and energy, you would die and succumb to your wounds way faster than what I wouldn't have. I didn't figure as the person that would be concerned about someone's life. Oh, I'm not. You were just an old friend I prefer not to see in such a state. You're like several years older than me. Of course, I've been around since pretty much the beginning of the Quark era. I know, a long time. I still understand. Why did you pick me up off the streets that day? Oh, that. I saw potential in you. And you were so eager for knowledge at that time. And you were so young. You could say you piqued my curiosity. Or interest, to be more precise. As we get a bit of a flashback as Cozy Glow, with terrifying but hatred eyes, is walking down a raining street as she's in pretty much nothing but rags. As then, well, Tyrek appears in front of her. What an interesting little girl. As she looks up at him with hatred in her eyes. As he just smiles. This may be interesting. So, did you use that quark draining spell I taught you? As the flashback had ended. You know I've been using that on some of my security guards to replenish my strength when injured. Well, that's good. At least you're using it for certain purposes. Remember, the spell I taught you can be used at any time. I don't know why you haven't used it to stack up your power. Maybe because I want things done in a different way, Tyrek. Fair point. Me and you have two different motives. But we align our motives together, we'd be unstoppable. Especially with your allies and all that. We could easily just tear down this society and rebuild it anew. One where I will be in control, and you can also share some part of that control as well, I suppose. 1. I don't know why I still choose to trust you. 2. I guess I can help you fulfill your goal, since I don't think I can go back to society as I am now. Of course not. Of course, I've already overheard heroes talking about murder of you when I went back to the scene to pick up some supplies from, well, your crash site. You know, the car. What do you mean? Well, there I heard some heroes while hiding in the bushes. And they were discussing about killing you if they had found you. So I did them a favor and drained their energy of their quarks dry. I left their unconscious bodies back at the crash site of your car that was split in half. If they are not found within maybe a few hours, they will die to come to quark loss. As expected from you, Tyrek, you would definitely do something like that. Of course. As he moves around and looks at her. Now just rest. As soon or later I will drain pretty much everyone from Japan from their quarks. And I'll be the ultimate power here. And of course, if you choose so, I guess you can also rule some part of Japan, since you have been assisting me in this endeavor. I guess that would be better than where I'm sitting at now in the Air Safety Commission. Yes, especially it's not safe for you there either. Or anywhere at this point. Just make them think you're dead is the best solution. And since you've not shown anyone that other form of yours, it makes it so much easier to fool them. I suppose you're right, Tyrek. But when do I activate it? Oh, you mean activate that quark? Well, you could activate it any time. After all, that quark is technically just the compilation of you unlocking. And to fill in some contents there, pretty much, Cozy Glow's quark is not just a Pegasus quark, but something far more greater. As you have the ability of magic due to that one quark you have, which is your original quark, which gave you the wings and all that, you unlocked it with me. Why do you keep saying that? What? Have I been repeating stuff? Maybe you're repeating stuff because you're so old. Says someone who's at the age of like 16 and is still a child at heart. I am not a child. You still act like one. As she moves her arm and then just throws something at Tyrek, as he just simply catches it. See? As he sets the, bottle down. As she's holding her arm, because she moved it. Listen, what did I say about moving? Fine. She lays back down. Now let your old friend Tyrek heal you up. And then, in a week or so, we can start the plan. So what's your big scheme about? Well, since you want to know, I guess I can inform you. Of course, I already gave you a hint. I'm draining pretty much every one of their quarks. But you don't have the range for that. You'd have to get so many people in one place. And you know exactly where I can get that. Don't tell me you're planning... Yes, the sports festival. You plan to... You'll be detected. It doesn't matter. Everything will be a part of the plan. And once everything's done, nothing will be able to stop me. That's true, if you do manage to consume all of those quarks. You will be unstoppable even by All For One standards. As she just started smiling. Then I could have you kill him. As she's smiling evilly. Yes, I would gladly get rid of that old prick, as he's been nothing but a nuisance in my plans for decades. Always preventing me from getting power. But now, after faking my death of old age a while back, he has no idea I am still alive. Well, that is good, at least. He won't expect you to still be alive. Yes, I'm very aware. Now, I have one more favor to ask of you. How am I going to complete that favor in this state? Oh, don't worry. You transform in that other form, you should be fine. But I still recommend rest. So, go ahead and tell me this favor so I know what to do when I finally have to get up and out of this bed. Well, you're going to help me complete my mission of draining everyone, including All Might, of their quarks. It will be something like this. You'll, of course, go in disguised in your other form. And You a fool. Simply just start draining the top heroes of their powers. Weakening them so when I make my grand entrance, I can finish them off. So you want me to drain the heroes of their, well, quark power for a time? Yes, after all, I did see that little trick where you diverted by consuming that laser and redirecting it through your wings. It's more like I was, well, consumed the laser through my wings and reflected it, more likely. It was that. Yes, a neat trick. I gotta say, most people wouldn't be able to pull that off with the magic. But you truly are a brilliant-minded child. She smiles. Why, thank you, Tyrek. Yes. Also, it seems you've grown some attachments. As she simply just looks over. What do you mean? One, as he places like 3 or 4 photos. You worry about these 3 people, don't you? As she looks at Tyrek. Don't worry, I don't plan to do anything to them. In fact, they'll be spared. I can promise you that. Especially one of them's not even in the country. Well, so I'm surprised you actually got along with this one. As he's holding a picture. It was a foreign affairs apartment from, Russia, right? Stoliv was her name, right? As she's just glaring at, well, Tyrek. Yes, I watched some of the films I had managed to scavenge from recordings I had found. How did you even get those? Oh, I have secrets. But don't worry. I'm not willing to tell anyone about it. Is it possibly because she treats you like her own daughter? That's not the point. As he just crumbles up the paper and tosses it. Well, have a nice rest while I set everything up. As he leaves the room. As Cozy Glow Deku sighs. Great. Now I've gotten myself into an even bigger mess. But one. Then she smiles. That could be really beneficial, as her evil side starts to show. I could always consume the power like Tyrek said, and when consuming with the top hero's energy, while at the sports festival could increase my power dramatically. Having even myself to rival all for one. And I could deliver the killing blow myself to him. Yes, that could work. She starts to laugh maniacally. As Tyrek is just outside, listening to this. There's the Cozy Glow I remember. As he walks away. And that is the end of part 6, An Old Friend. Make sure to like and subscribe for more.